What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be teaching you how to find the true imbalance of imbalances. Now, that might sound confusing, but so for example, we'll get straight into it. Let me take this off. So for example, if you go to the 4-hour chart, let's say 4-hour, we're going to delete this right here. So as in the last video, you learned what a fair value gap is, right? So we would identify this right here as a fair value gap, right? But we're on the 4-hour chart. So one of these candles represents 4 hours of time. As you see, we go from 2 to 6. Now, what is also inside this? Individual 1-hour candles, 30-minute, 15-minute, 10-minute, 1 minute, whatever time frame you're on, they're all inside of here. So if this is the 4-hour imbalance, right? So on the 4-hour chart, this is where the imbalance is. We'll really try to simplify it. So now you can zoom in, right? Let me get rid of all this stuff. You can zoom in and find the real imbalance is what I'm saying. So now if we go down to the hourly, you see this is our range, right? It was from 2 to 6. That's 9. Right here. This is our 4-hour candle with the imbalance. Okay, so there's no fair value gap down here. There's no fair value gap up here. There's a fair value gap right here. Okay. So we see so this imbalance then becomes this, right? We can make it even smaller. So let's get rid of this bigger one. Let's say, okay, this is the hourly, or we'll leave the 4-hour one up there actually. We'll make it go that way. So then we go, okay, so this is our 4-hour imbalance. This is our hourly imbalance. Let's go to the 15-minute. Where's this imbalance at? Oh, okay. So we see it's basically in the same spot. So we can move it like this and move it like this. Okay. Let's see where the other imbalance. You can keep zooming in to find the true imbalance. You see as you zoom in, it gets smaller and smaller. Now, I don't know if you're noticing this, but where is price reacting off of? See if we go to the 1 minute. Sometimes the 1 minute's tough. There's a lot of imbalances. I don't ever go to the 1 minute, but you could, as you see there. I only stay 5 minute because the 5 minute gives a nice range of the imbalance. And as you see, so from the 4-hour, right, this was our big 4-hour imbalance. You can really determine where price should bounce or reject. Now you see this was the whole 4-hour imbalance, but where's the real imbalance? Here. So as you see, where's price bounce off? Right off of that 5-minute imbalance. Get rid of this one. Right off of that 5-minute imbalance. This just helps you understand where an area where price shouldn't revisit necessarily or where it should. Now you can even go and do that on a 5-minute. So say we have this imbalance right here, right? Let's go to the 1 minute. Now this don't always work. Sometimes there won't be, like, it'll be the same, or there'll be a lot of imbalances. So now you see there's many individual imbalances. You have one here. And you can kind of see, like, which you have a tiny guy here. You can kind of see which ones are going to hold or which ones aren't. Now, I think that's very important. You don't really need to use it on a smaller time frame, but it's more like a bigger time frame thing to understand where price should reject at a point in time, or if your bias is going into the imbalance, understand where it should stop. So we'll see one here. So we have another 4-hour imbalance here, right? This one's almost in premium. That's why it's valid. That's a video for another day. In premium. Let's go to the hourly. Okay, so we have this one up here, and we have this one right here. So now we have a bunch of imbalances, right? But as you see, you want the one that's the most in premium. Okay. Whoops. So you have those two. Whoops, I just lost my spot. Sorry, guys. But you have those two, and you see we come up, we run this one so you can be like, okay, where's the next point we're going to bounce? And now this one's already pretty small, so I don't know if there'll be one more inside of that. Okay, let's mark them out. So it's the highest one. Look where price rejects that imbalance. You see how you can identify the smaller imbalance inside of it? It's a pretty simple thing. It just has to go with zooming in to understand where price is really going to bounce. So instead of having to have this whole imbalance marked out, and you see we kind of chop in it, you can have the true imbalance marked out right there and see where price should reject from. And you can do that in here, for example, is probably my last example. But as you see, we have a big 4-hour imbalance. We'll mark it out. Then you go down to the hourly. Go to that same area. say, okay, we have an imbalance here, we have a big imbalance here, and that's it. Those are our two imbalances in this 4-hour gap. Now, why do we not care about this imbalance? Because it's not in premium. Now, you guys might not know what that means yet. I will explain that later. But, so we're going to get rid of this one. 15-minute. You can even go on 30-minute, but I don't ever check 30-minute. So now, okay, we have the imbalance here. We'll leave it like that. So now you have this. You have this imbalance, and you have this imbalance. So now those are your two imbalances, and look, the first time we come up reject off the first one, we come back and reject off the second one the second time. It just kind of helps you, like I'm saying, it's a pretty simple thing. It's just kind of helping you identify where, I don't think we can go back that far. It's just to help you identify where price should bounce in that time. Now, like for example, let's see if we have one today. I don't know what we're doing today. So it looks like we're finally selling off from that daily SMT. It doesn't matter though. Okay, so we have these imbalances down here. Now, what we're gonna do is mark out premium, which is this area, and we're in one right now. So let's see where we should be bouncing if we're gonna bounce. So we're in an imbalance right now. Hourly. As you see, there's no true imbalance in here. There's one right here, so we expect maybe this is the area we bounce, and you can mark out the sell side level, kind of apply those things together. So you're like, maybe this will get taken, we'll hit this area, then we'll buy back up. But overall, that's how you use zooming in on imbalance. Finding the true imbalance is what I'm going to call it. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like and subscribe. Thank you so much. Keep grinding. God bless.